Hi everybody, we're going live. It's Thursday at 4 o'clock. And I have an assistant in the kitchen with me. If you can see, my grandkids are spending a couple of days. Carter was just over here dancing in front of the camera. Alex is my little behind the scenes assistant. Want to come say hi, Alex? Nope, she's being shy now. So we're going to make blackberry cobbler muffins. Summer and blackberries, summer and peaches. And you can do blackberry and peach together. You could make these with blueberries, peaches, actually anything. Anything you would make a cobbler with. So I took this recipe and it was a paleo recipe. I took out the eggs. So the first thing we're going to do is make a flax egg. And if you cooked with me before, you know how to do that. So I have a tablespoon of golden flaxseed. I buy my flax seeds whole, put them in a jar. I'm just going to grind that up. I'm sure you love that noise. And then just mix that with 3 tablespoons, tablespoon of flaxseed ground with 3 tablespoons of water. So I've got a cup of water here so you don't have to listen to the faucet running this week. That was pretty annoying last week. I found it annoying. I don't know how you felt about it. So we just mix that up. I just use these little useless coffee cups that come with the dish sets. And then I just set it aside for it to gel up. And we can get the coffee grinder out of the way. This is my own coffee grinder for nuts, seeds, oats, so it doesn't end up tasting like coffee. All right, and then last week I made these muffins. And I made the crumb topping, and there was this much left over. So we're just going to use that today, so we don't have to make the crumb topping, which is what you start with. And if you have the recipe, the crumb topping is pretty much the same as what's in the muffins. Almond flour, tapioca starch, coconut sugar. I use sucanat, which is sugarcane natural, only processed once. Cinnamon, salt. I used Earth Balance and then used a pastry cutter to cut it in. You can just do it with your hands. And 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And it really is a nice crumble for the top of the muffins. So to make the muffins, we need 2 cups of almond flour and 1/2 cup of tapioca flour. I have a feeling that, and I haven't researched this, but the tapioca flour helps hold it all together, is what I'm thinking. If you think about tapioca, if you've ever made tapioca from scratch, it's definitely sets up. Do you have blackberry memories and stories from summer? The worst case of poison ivy I ever got, and jiggers, blackberries, blackberry picking. But man, my mom could make blackberry cobbler like nobody's business, or pie. We'd eat it for breakfast. My dad would eat it for breakfast. If mom wasn't looking, we'd all join him. Not everybody liked it, so I was happy about that. More for me, more for dad. A couple of years ago, we had Bill's mom's 80th birthday here. We had a grill out, and I made peach and blackberry cobbler because, like I said, to me, that's just summer. Her birthday's in August. Perfect. So in the chat, if you're here, just share with me. Hi, Julie. Who's your friend? That's Alex. All right, we got 2 cups of almond flour, and I found this nice big bag at Costco, which you know means I paid less for it. About time for me to go get some more because we're down to about that much left. All right, got the almond flour in there. I got 1/2 cup of tapioca flour. Put that in there. And then we need 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda. So let me get out the 1/2 and the 1/4. Hey Kim, how are you? I hope you guys will make these muffins. They are so good. And actually, I was going to make them in a loaf pan today, but I decided to stick with the muffin pan. Last time I made them in 6 in the big muffins. This time I'm just going to make them in a regular muffin pan. All right, so the baking soda's in there. I'm going to stir all that together, and then we're going to do the wet ingredients. Hi, Margie. Good to see you guys all here. Did anybody get their ingredients together so you're making muffins with me? All right. Wet ingredients are 1 egg. I'm just going to let the egg sit a little bit longer. I like to whip it up so sometimes the water and the flax separate. It doesn't completely come together. So I like to mix it up with a fork, just like you would an egg. I'm going to set that, I'm going to still let that sit aside. Then we need 1/3 cup of almond or coconut milk. So I'm going to use coconut milk because it's open, unsweetened. And I like coconut. So I really don't think coconut milk, this beverage kind, really makes it taste that coconutty. So it's 1/3 cup and plus 1 tablespoon. And I posted the recipe in the invite, so I will post the recipe below here again so you have it. 1/2 cup of honey. We're going to use maple syrup. I love maple syrup as a sweetener. 1/2 cup. And a lot of times things don't need to be as sweet as recipes call for. So I'll do a little cheat like that much and fill the rest with water. And I have this little trusty handy cup of water here, just so you have as much liquid as the recipe calls for. Looking for my spatula. Yeah, good thing my kitchen isn't too big. I can reach things. So I'll put that in there. And then the other alteration I made was the oil. So we're going to use applesauce for the oil. If you've cooked with me before, you know I'm notorious for this. All I saw was an arm in the beginning of the show. She was helping me. She put the cupcake holders in the baking pan, and then she got shy. She didn't want to come on. And Carter was laughing at me. Grandma, what are you doing? Because I have earbuds in. He thought I was listening to something. So I have them all blocked out in the background. Alex, you want the rest of this applesauce? No, I think I'm going to put it on Willow's food tonight because she loves apples. You don't like applesauce? Kids are funny, aren't they? She doesn't like tomatoes, but guess what she had on her ravioli last night? Rayo's tomato sauce. All right. Distractions. Okay, so in place of the 3 tablespoons of oil, I did 3 tablespoons of applesauce. Tablespoon of vanilla extract, which I like to use the real thing. I had picked up some imitation by accident because I was looking for the non-alcoholic, which there is alcohol in vanilla. And a tablespoon's a lot, but it's not too much for this recipe. And we don't need the cinnamon that I got out. We're done with the maple syrup. We just need 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. And I think that works with the baking soda. It helps them rise, if my chemistry is right. So that's all put the egg in there. It's the only problem with letting it set aside. Sometimes I get out of order and I forget it. So there's the flax egg. I know you really can't see me, but you all know how to bake. I know you do. I know you know how to bake. So it's all in there. All the wet stuff is in there. And then we're going to add the dry stuff. Now, there's some theories about berries that you should add the berries to the dry. so they won't sink to the bottom. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to add them after we get the batter in the cupcake pan. You just want to stir this until it's incorporated. You don't want to over stir it. These are so good. Let me tell you that the 6 that I made that were big disappeared quickly. All right, batter's all mixed up. I'm gonna move this stuff out of the way. Move all this out of the way. Now the berries, if they're big, you can cut them in half. I don't know that we'll have to cut them in half. We'll see as we go along. So here's my blackberries. They were really inexpensive at Kroger, 99 cents. I say when they're 99 cents, you buy a bunch. And then you fill these little, I have the Silpats in. This was Alex's job. Instead of using the paper ones, we have these reusable ones. And you don't have to grease the pan. So we're going to put the batter in there, 2/3 of the way full, poking the berries. I might not go 2/3 with having to poke the berries in. And then put the crumb topping on, and in the oven they go. Who thinks they might make these? I'm trying to read. Julie said, "Hi, Alex." She broke her finger playing toss football with her brother, so no, she's not going to her swim meet tonight. Her coach wasn't going to be there, so she decided to opt out. And she's not playing volleyball tomorrow with her broken finger. I asked her, was it not just jammed? And she's like, oh, no. She went to got an x-ray. It was broken. So all she really has to do is tape it to the other one. But probably better that she doesn't go to volleyball. And then we got Bill recovering from his carpal tunnel surgery. I love having my grandkids for a couple days, especially in the summer. We washed the dog today. They like having spa day for the dog. When Alex was little, we even made her bows for spa day. Remember that, Al? Remember when we made bows for Willow when she had, or Kira? Was it Willow or Kira? We had spa day, and she got a bath, and she got her nails cut, and we made her bows. I got a little batter left, so I'm going to make a couple of extra ones, but I'm going to poke the blackberries in. You want to help? Want to help poke the blackberries in? No, she's being shy. I'm going to start with 2 and just poke them in there. This way they don't sink to the bottom. I hate when you take the muffin out and the center caves in and all the blackberries are on the bottom of the muffin. I like them to be throughout the muffin. Somebody taught me this way back, I don't know, I was a young mom. I usually start with 3 berries in each muffin, and then we'll go from there. Blackberries. Blackberries, yum, yum. And you can see this recipe doesn't take very long. Of course, I had the crumb stuff already made, but it's a pretty quick recipe. Oh, just enough. A cup of blackberries actually allows you to put 3 blackberries in each muffin. We're going to put that one in the extras. We had 1 left over. You can eat it. You can always eat it. So then I'm just going to put the crumb topping on. I'm just using a regular spoon. Spoonful is about enough. I kept this in the freezer from when I made the muffins last week and just took it out and defrosted it. And it's great. Anybody got anything else exciting going on for their summer vacation? Or cooking anything that really makes you think about summer? We're gonna have a cheat night tonight. I haven't told the kids totally what we're making yet, but we're gonna have a treat. Last night I made Dole mango whip. It's in the freezer. Pineapple. What did I say? It's both pineapple and mango. Alex loves mango. She really likes these golden ones. She can eat the whole thing. I don't know. I've never had pineapple Dole Whip at Disney, but apparently they're famous for it. And Heather decided to make it for our Mount LeConte retreat, and I was pleasantly surprised at how good it was. I'm sort of making a mess here, but yummo, almost done. In the oven they're gonna go. And then while the oven's on, Alex's favorite guilty pleasure is Stouffer's mac and cheese. Yes, I said mac and cheese. The real thing. Every once in a while you gotta do it. So we'll be sticking that in the oven after these get done. Alright. Oops. I got one more on this one. Can't be having one without crumb topping. There we go. So if you make this recipe and you're only going to do 12 muffins, you can probably get away with half the amount for the crumb topping. I got a little messy here and one didn't get very much on it, so stealing from the ones that are overflowing. There you go. Don't they look good? Yummy. So we're going to stick these in the oven. If you have any suggestions for what you would like to see me cook, you can post it in the post. Hey, Clarissa, I'm not seeing all the chats. Dang. They are so yummy, Kim. No plans for this weekend. It's hot here in Ohio. It's supposed to get cooler this weekend, so definitely walking. Not sure what else we might do. Pool. Teresa and Joe come back on Saturday sometime, so we're just hanging out and playing it by ear, and just later we're gonna make some more in the oven. I saw the recipe on Facebook, so got the ingredients and they should be good. All right, thanks for coming. If you watch the replay, just hit hashtag replay and chat away. Love you all for coming. Thank you so much. Be watching for my launch on July 5th for my membership group, and we'll do more fun stuff over there. Bye. Talk to you all later.